Oh boy, the fun just seems to continue in my quest for Ford greatness. Let me bring you up to speed on some very basic maintenance of this 2015 Ford F-150 EcoBoost that I purchased about 6 months ago. I've had a couple engine lights lately, very simple things. The throttle body went bad on this engine, very typical EcoBoost problem. I fixed that very quickly, as it is a very easy job to complete. I could take it apart just to check, but realistically, that's pretty much where it belongs, so that's where it's going. I drove it for a handful of days, literally days, and then all of a sudden it kind of started bogging down. More issues, flashing engine light. Well, naturally, it was the spark plugs. They were toast. Now, fast forward again, and I once again have an engine light. Now, this engine light has stayed on, and it was flashing, which leads me to believe that it is another spark issue. Now, when I changed the spark plugs, I did not put dielectric grease on any of the coils because they are brand new, and I realized that for whatever reason, these Fords seem to like the grease. I've changed thousands of spark plugs, never put grease on them once, never had an issue. Anyway, I thought I would entertain the idea of doing that on this because it's giving me the flashing engine light. So I purchased the Permatex dielectric grease and I put it on the one coil that was the issue, which came up as cylinder 3. I then reinstalled the spark plug, took it for a drive, put the pedal down, and I instantly get flashing engine light again. Now the obvious thing is gonna be like, well, something else is going on. And with today's vehicles and computers and fuel injection, there really is so many possibilities. However, the hot rodder that is buried deep within my soul says it is always something simple, and so often is the case. And today was no exception, as it was, once again, something very simple that almost anybody would probably overlook. Now, I guess I'll start this with saying that I always keep my spark plugs, at least for the little bit after I freshly install them. I jokingly said that I always don't leave the house without a full set of 6 spark plugs when I'm driving an EcoBoost. It was kind of a ha-ha moment, but apparently the joke's on me because I guess that was Ford's way of giving me instant karma because now I'm having issues. However, this spark plug, even though it is not in great condition, is about to come in very handy. So even though I just did this a couple days ago, we get to do it all over again. Pop the hood. Oh, well, I mean, at least I'm getting efficient at ripping all this apart because I've had to do it, 10 times in the last few days, so that's cool. I've already got all my tools there, which if you have never done the spark plugs on your EcoBoost, these 3 things are literally all you need, and some dielectric grease if you really feel like it. Again, I never put it on, but hey, doesn't hurt. So let's get going. So I'm renting a house right now because I'm working out of town, and I don't have a ladder, so that's my stepping stool. So we'll do that, which will help me reach this, which is the back cylinder. Like I said, number 3. So pull that red tab back. That comes down, that comes off. And we can just loosen it off by hand once we have it kind of going. It's literally insane that I literally just did this in a parking lot beforehand and figured, you know what, I guess I'll throw something quick together here because it might help someone out. So now the coil can come off. Again, I literally just dielectric greased this like 10 minutes ago in a parking lot. So yeah, that's pretty hot to touch right now. I didn't even tighten the spark plug that much because I knew it was coming out right away. So that came out easily. Get our magnet down in there. And we can see what the issue is now. So very easy to make out right beside the N. That is a crack on a literally brand new spark plug, and the black that you're seeing is the spark basically burning through the porcelain and grounding out on the side of the coil. And now I guess it's like, oh, well, good for you, man. You changed so many spark plugs, blah, blah. But, this is just a informative video, right? So I don't remember last time I saw a cracked spark plug like that wasn't basically 50 years old in an old car sitting in a field. And I've always used NGK. I'm very surprised. Now, it does happen, and you know what? Maybe it's for me installing it. There's a million possibilities. The bottom line is, I don't know. But it's a very easy fix. And again, I've still got my old ones. So this is going to go in right now to triple check that that is the issue, which in my opinion it 100% is. Then I will bring the old NGK back, because obviously I just bought it like 3 days ago. So I'm obviously going to get a new one. They're going to warranty it. And then it should be smooth sailing after that. So I'll drop my old one back in, tighten everything back up, and we'll go for a quick spin once I have it all buttoned up here. And hopefully that's what it is, because the coils, I mean, there are cheap ones, but I would, again, I would just spend the money and buy the name brand, Motorcraft coils for what it's worth. Coil back in. No more grease, because that's just pointless at this point. I literally just did it. All right, so that's back together. Literally just going to take all this stuff, put it on the ground. Take this old junk spark plug. That can go right over there. All right, oil cap back on. I'm going to leave the engine cover off because it's literally coming right out anyway. Close the hood. Fire her up. Oh, boy, this is, nothing hits home like working a 13-hour day on an outage. Gotta love construction. Someone's got to do it, though. Yeah, and then finding this out. So, go to the store, all that fun stuff. It's good. It's good times. It's great. It's good. Yeah, who wants to sleep, right? What do I want to do that for? Oh, it seems to be running fine. Just quickly going up the little hill here I got at this place that I'm staying at. And we'll get it on the highway, stretch its legs, and see if that indeed fixed it, which I'm hoping it did, because the next step, if that some reason isn't it, even though that is 1,000,000% an issue, is going to be changing the coil. And hopefully this doesn't turn into a parts cannon issue, because that would not be good. Yeah, not good. That actually would be, I'm gonna sleep on that one if that's the case. That is definitely a wake up and a tomorrow problem. All right, let's put the pedal down. And yep, there it is. Problem solved, just like that. So that's cool. Very easy fix. So, a few things here. Number one, probably don't throw out your spark plugs right off the hop. Like I literally said, I always keep them just in case for the first bit. Now I'm probably going to toss them and also buy the replacement NGK to get rid of the bad one that is in there right now. Number two is that it's not always something crazy. And again, I know that with all the electronics going on in a lot of the newer vehicles here, it's easy to think that there's so many more problems. But a lot of times it really is something simple. So you know what? Just, hang on, take a breath, figure it out basically, right? Now that everything's normal again, I'll just let her rip.